Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are back again. We are ready to obviously preview match day 2, where we take on Birmingham City at St Andrews, our first away game of the season. It'll certainly be an interesting one, and we've got lots to cover tonight. As always, if you do like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We are actually at 120 subscribers now, can you believe? So we're actually 80 away from the 200 milestone. That's the next one to kind of achieve. So yeah, like I say, hit the subscribe. It is free as well. You do not have to pay for this. It is free. And if you do click that button, it is easy, and I'd really appreciate it as well. But anyway, without further ado, we are going to get going with the show. As always, I have got my regular guest on that continues to come on, and it's great to speak to and get his opinions and thoughts on, obviously, town. Without further ado, welcome to the show, Tom. Hello there. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm very well, thanks. Just really looking forward to tomorrow's game. But yeah, I've celebrated the other night from England, but yeah, I'm ready to go for tomorrow now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well said. But yeah, as always, thanks for coming on. And it'd be great to kind of get your thoughts ahead of tomorrow night's game for sure. Obviously, as I said earlier, we are here to cover the game against Birmingham tonight, which is a very intriguing match that we'll see kind of how it pans out. Now, obviously, we go into the game on the back of a 1-0 loss against Burnley last week, as we know. Birmingham, of course, they're coming to the game with a 0-0 draw against Luton away, which is actually a good result for them, actually. I mean, I watched the game, but both teams had chances, so to be fair, it is one of those. But it is kind of, going to be a difficult match for us tomorrow night. There's no doubt about that. Obviously, both teams looking to get their first win of the season. Let's talk about the opposition then first, because we have to kind of cover the opposition first, and then we'll get into our stuff afterwards, which makes perfect sense. Hello, Barrow on Tour. Welcome in, mate. Thank you for coming in. I hope you're well, and thank you for coming to tune into the show. Birmingham, obviously, is actually their 12th consecutive season in the Championship, can you believe? I've done my research, and they'll be looking to...
I wouldn't even known that at all, I thought it'd been like 20-odd years, 15 years or something.
Yeah, no, I've done my research, and there we are. I hope you're all very impressed by that. But I do like to be prepared. Now, they'll be looking to improve on their 20th place finish last season. Obviously, probably from their point of view, very disappointing. But it is one of those, sometimes you do have those seasons where you just can't get going, and you're really in a relegation fight, unfortunately. Now, obviously, John Eustace is their head coach. He was appointed at the beginning of July, obviously after they parted ways with Lee Bowyer, of course. Again, he's very experienced in that role, and I think he'll do well at Birmingham, if I'm honest with you. I do. I know they've got a lot of problems off the field at the moment, and their team is a lot what we saw probably when we finished last season as well. But yeah, I think that they're in safe hands with this. I really do. Now, I've also picked out some players that I've kind of pinpointed, kind of players that I think are ones to watch tomorrow night. I've gone with, first of all, John Ruddy, who is a player that is very experienced. He's a very good goalkeeper. Yeah, and he obviously he joined from Wolves, which is a bit of a bold move, moving from Wolves to Birmingham. But obviously, if you want some first team football, then
it didn't go down well with Wolves lot when the move happened. I saw on Twitter, and oh wow, they weren't happy with Wolves lot.
I mean, to be honest with you, he did only make
cup games, didn't he?
He only made 50 appearances over 5 years, so he was a bit that player very much. But I think it's still the connection that he has.
His experience is important to him, to be fair.
But as I was saying, that's why I've kind of put him as one of the ones to watch, because he's a very good goalkeeper. We're going to have to beat him. We're going to have to really, have a. you're not going to get any gimmies from him. Basically, he's not going to give you a goal. You've got to earn your goal, kind of thing. So
probably set piece FC, what it back from us.
Yeah, I mean, like I say,
he's a very good. I've rated John Ruddy for a while as a good goalkeeper.
I think, like I say, his experience is 35, of course, now, but he's full of experience. And I've liked him wherever he's gone. I think he's been a great quality keeper. And, yeah, obviously Wolves going to get a look in there, apart from cup games, which is a shame. And he's kind of wasted 5 years at Wolves, in my opinion. A player of that class should be playing every week, in my opinion. But, he's decided to just stay there. But anyway, I've also pinpointed another player here. Which is a defender, Mark Roberts, who obviously signed in the summer of 2017 from Barnsley, of course, our neighbours.
Yeah, it was at Halifax Town before Barnsley, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's played at quite a few clubs. I've been looking at my research.
He's a good centre half for me. I think his danger is his throw-ins. His long throw-ins is the danger from him.
I mean, yeah, he's got a massive size to him as well. Obviously, 6'4". He's got experience as well, another experienced player. And he's played nearly 150 games for the team as well. So, and obviously scoring 7 goals within that.
I believe last week he played left back for Birmingham because of the injuries that they've got. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it does say that he. It just says he's a defender here, but yeah, I haven't done my research on that bit. Sorry, guys. Now, I've also pinpointed a new player that they've signed this summer because I think that I've kind of looked at kind of how he plays and kind of looked at his strengths and thought, yeah, this guy will be dangerous. And I'm not going to try and pronounce his first name because it's very hard, but I'm gonna call him Placheta, which is his last name.
Is it him from Derby?
Now he's joined on a season-long loan from Norwich, actually. He's 24 years old. He spent 2 years with Norwich. He only made 38 appearances at that time. He got a goal in the top flight, though. He's a full international for Poland. And he's a left winger. We're looking to cause trouble, towards, running towards our defence on Friday night. So it's a player to watch out for. And that's the few players I've pinpointed that are looking a bit dangerous for tomorrow. I mean, have you got any players that you have in mind that tomorrow may trouble us, or anyone that you think we should look out for in the match? Or
2, Troy Deeney.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Lukas Jutkovic.
Yeah. 2.
Jutkovic loves to score against us, doesn't he?
He does. He does actually. He does. I mean,
he knows how Deeney plays as well. So. Because he used to play with each other at Watford, didn't they? I believe.
Yeah, of course, yeah, they did, yeah. So yeah. Good, but yeah,
those 2 for me, and the ones you said, I think a bit threats for them.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I agree with those choices that you've made. So yeah, fair play to you there. We're going to be on it defensively tomorrow night, that's for sure. Now, let's talk about the previous meetings. Now, obviously. We had a very successful trip to St Andrews last season, as you're probably aware, obviously winning 2-0, courtesy of Colwell and O'Brien, who unfortunately are no longer with us. Now, it was a first half, a first half where we seemed to get the job done, and obviously second half it was a bit more managing the game out kind of thing. But yeah, it was great to obviously win. Obviously, this is a new season.
It was a bit of a boring second half, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, well, we just decided to manage the game, didn't
2
we?
goals in first half was all good.
We didn't need to do anything from 2-0 with. I mean, I suppose if you're me, I do like to see teams still going forward, but obviously you've still got to manage the game as well. So it's that balance, isn't it? But yeah, obviously we won last time out at St Andrews, so hopefully more of the same tomorrow night, please, Huddersfield Town. But yeah, I mean, obviously managers, John Eustace is obviously up against Danny Schofield. 2 managers that obviously one not so experienced, but another one is kind of full of experience. So, I mean, I think you will on one, but I think that no one can ever read what Danny Schofield's going to do because he's a new manager. So it is an advantage to us at first, but we do need to be we do need to be winning this game tomorrow night, and yeah, we're just gonna have to see what happens. But I mean, before we get into team lineups, obviously, let's just speak about the team news going into this one. Obviously, Danny Schofield spoke to the media this morning. Kasumu is out for a few weeks now. That's a good result for us because at least it's not as bad as first feared, which is good news, isn't it, Tom?
Brilliant news, yeah. I think when he came on overnight, he did really well.
Yeah, he did.
I think when Hogg retires, I think he's the right person to replace him. I really do. Because the tackles he made is a bit like the tackles Hogg makes. But I think that one of the tackles he made, I think that's how he pulled his hamstring.
Yeah, he's not afraid to get a tackle in, and that's what. And he's very quick on the ball. He's got lots of pace and looks skillful, and yeah, he definitely very unfortunate actually because when he did come on, he impressed me, and I probably would have had him in the starting lineup tomorrow night had he been fit because I think that what he did in the match, I think that he earned his right to play in. Obviously, we can't really obviously. From the time that I saw him, obviously not much, but I felt like he was very good on the ball, very exciting to always looking forward kind of thing, and he just looked calm, composed on the ball. He looked comfortable on the ball, and yeah, I just think that I would have had him in tomorrow night. But it is one of those. At least it's not a long-term injury, which is what we didn't want. But yeah, it would have been ideal to keep him fit. We said this when we signed him, didn't we? Really about. We need to keep this guy fit because if we can keep him fit, he is a talent. But unfortunately, he's got injured already, which is really frustrating. But it is one of those. Hello, Arjun. Hello, welcome on in. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming and saying hello to me. I don't think I've recognised your name actually. So welcome to the channel if you're new. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming in. But yeah, I mean, obviously Pearson's also the one that's still out, a long-term injury that is unfortunate for us. But apart from that, we've got a fully fit squad to be picking from, which is very good news, of course. Now, let's get into the team lineups because I've made my team lineup and obviously you have as well. I'm just going to get my lineup up because it is obviously, again, very professional. I've actually done a little diagram, which you all can't see, unfortunately. But yeah, it is one of those. I'm going to go.
I'm going to forget the facts. I've done it on there.
Yeah, it's always good to have a kind of marker of who's in, who's out. Now, I've obviously gone Nichols in goal. It has to be, unbelievable keeper. Now, at left back, I've gone with Nakayama. I think what Nakayama did when he came on, I thought he looked very good. He looked, and I think he should play at that left back role, really, if I'm honest with you. I know obviously he came on for Edmonds Green towards the back end of the match last time out against Burnley, but I just think I like him in that left back role because I think he can. I think he's got the ability to go forward. And I think he'll really offer that threat going forward as well as defensively very sound. Obviously, I've gone with Tom Lees in the middle. Now this other player. Now I think I'm going to have to stick with Edmund Green because I am very much obviously Will Boyle's back now, so it's very hard. But I just think Edmonds Green did very well in that first match, even though we did lose. I think he maybe deserves another star, but it's a toss-up between Edmonds Green and Boyle for me. It's very.
When I was picking mine out, that's probably the main position I was stuck with.
It's just so difficult because Boyle, we haven't seen.
He's a leader from what Schofield said today.
Yeah, and Edmonds Green though, he's earned his right to be in that squad as well because of what he did.
He did good last season at Rotherham as well, didn't
he? Yeah. So I have to give Edmonds Green. I'm going to have to stick with that. But yeah, I think we'll see Boyle in the cup game midweek. So that's for sure. But anyway, we'll focus on this one. But I'm going to go with Ollie Turton at right back, of course. Now, obviously, in the central defensive midfield role, I mean, I'm sorry, but I just can't pick anybody. I know I've said in the past in our review show that I didn't particularly like Russell and Hogg in that middle because I don't think it works. They're just not mobile enough. But having said that, I don't know who else to put in. And I don't think I don't think it's fair throwing in one of the youngsters in the deep end in this kind of match either. I think it's just a bit. I just don't. So I have to go with Russell and Hogg again in that central defensive midfield role, them two. And then obviously my changes in the attacking third, and I'm sorry, Danny, but if you don't do this, I'm just gonna. I just don't. If you do not change this team, I think, yeah, I'm sorry, but I just can't believe it. But anyway, I'm waffling. Obviously, Jack Redone, I like him in that left side of the attack. I want to see Tino down the middle. Obviously Tino, and then Sorba Thomas on the right, with Danny Ward up top there again. Now, I think for me, it's one of those, isn't it? But he has to start the two players, Tino and Redoni, doesn't he? I mean, talk me through your lineup then now, because obviously I've been speaking.
80 your starting lineup is what I've got in mind. I've gone a 4-3-3.
Yes, sorry, I forgot to give my formation. Mine's a 4-2-3-1. So yeah.
Right. Well, Nichols is in net.
Yeah.
Don't need to debate on that one.
Yeah, of course.
That 4 have gone Turton, Lees, Boyle, Nakayama.
Yeah.
Now, my sitting midfielder is Hogg. Now, my 2 advancing midfielders, Redoni and Timo, is my midfield. Yeah. My front 3, Sorba Thomas, Danny Ward, and Danny Grant.
Right, yeah. Obviously, Danny Grant's done very well in the games. We've seen him in the academy setup, so you're giving him a chance.
Because I wasn't going to shove Holmes in. There's no way on this earth I want him to play for our team again, Holmes.
So just go through that attack. Who have you dropped then instead of? Who have you dropped? How many changes have you made? Who have you dropped from the start?
Ruffles for Nakayama.
Yeah.
I've told Edmonds going out for Boyle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Timo is coming for Holmes.
Yeah.
Redone is coming for Karoma.
Yeah.
Put Grant in.
So you're not starting Sorba Thomas then?
Yeah, Sorba Thomas is on the right wing.
Oh, sorry, right. Yeah, sorry. I'm right, fair enough. So yeah, and obviously you've got Danny Ward.
I mean, I was 50-50 to drop him in after Friday's performance, but I just said set pieces. We wouldn't be good without him.
To be honest with you, though, I don't think anybody was on it in that game, so we can't really criticise.
The only two good performers that were good was Timo and Redoni when they came on. That's it.
Oh yeah, them players did obviously. Yeah, sorry, I apologize. I mean, yeah, they did make a massive impact when they came. We all know this.
But I do think it's Danny Grant's time. I do think he's performed good enough in pre-season and in B team now to show what he can do.
Yeah, I understand that. But only the people that are around the training ground know that. You know how they do. I don't think they want to push him too soon. I think that we'll probably see him in the cup. That's sure, definitely on in midweek against Preston. But
he has come on leaps and bounds over last year because he had COVID and he's had 2 injuries as well. There's Danny Grant.
Yeah, to be honest with you, he's been very unlucky, hasn't he, with injuries, with that COVID and things like that. So he has. He's had a very much disrupted start to his town career. And yeah, sometimes that happens in football, but I think that we will see him push for that starting lineup very soon, but I don't think just yet. Hello, Alex, by the way. I
won't be surprised if he's on bench tomorrow. And maybe come off the bench and see what he can do.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, we'll have to see. But like I said, I wouldn't be complaining if I saw Danny Grant on the bench over a certain somebody.
If Dwayne Holmes starts tomorrow, right, I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to post a video on Twitter ranting if he starts.
I'm not sure what Tino and Rodoni need to do to actually start a game. I'm sorry, but I know it's slowly down. I know the only solve it.
Roma doesn't know how to dribble with the ball. It's like it's not rocket science. You run with the ball at your feet. He doesn't. It's too greedy for my liking, is Roma.
To be honest with you, I don't have any criticisms towards Crow. I know that it was very, very poor in that game last week, but I do see at times he's maybe trying too hard, maybe sometimes. I don't know what it is, but he was very poor. Probably the poorest player out of the bunch, alongside Dwayne Holmes, of course, last week.
Well, it's not hard, is it, really, to be worse than him?
No. Well, no, it certainly isn't.
He's probably a nice guy, but for me, he's not a good footballer.
I just don't understand when coaches come in, why. I suppose Schofield's still been, around the place kind of thing. But
he did say there might be a few changes earlier. Likely.
In his press conference, though, he did say that Tino is still not ready for 90 minutes. I'm thinking, so why? Because it's the full pre-season. He's played the friendlies at times. Why is he ready for 90 minutes yet? I don't understand what he's on about.
I think Radone is ready for a full 90.
I think they both are, so I'm not sure what he's talking
about.
Even
if he started Timo and he brought Timo off in like the 70th minute, he's not played full 90 minutes then, has he?
No. So I just think he has to start, like I say.
If those two start, there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah, that's exact my words that I said the other week. Actually, I was trying to find those words and I couldn't actually think of it. So thank you for that. That is what I said in my.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's talk about Birmingham again then. So, what kind of challenge do you think we'll have against Birmingham tomorrow night? And what kind of game are you expecting?
I think it's physical. I don't. Their style of play is not an attacking style. I think it's more defensive. No offense, Birmingham fans. I'm not saying you're a defensive system team. It's just what your coach plays. I expect us to have plenty of the ball.
Yeah.
And I expect us to create a lot of chances, only if Radone and Timo start.
Yeah, they have to start. That final third is what was severely lacking last week. And obviously, defensively, we were caught once. But more often than not, we were very good defensively, to be fair. I mean, I suppose Burnley did still have a lot of chances on target, though. As it not been for Nichols.
They were playing one-touch football with Burnley. It's like...
Yeah, had it not been for Nichols, it probably would have been a few more. So, yeah, one of those. Now, I mean, we're going to go on to the score prediction now, and I hate doing this because every time I make a score prediction, it seems to always mess up. It did last week. I said that we were going to win 2-0, and look what happened. So, I'm being very cautious this week. Now, I'm going to go with you first, Tom, because you are the king, of course. What is your score prediction for tomorrow night's game?
Now, last week I went 2-1 Town. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go... I thought 1-0 Town.
1-0, yeah. And who's going to score then? Tell me who's going to score.
Tom Lees.
Nice one, yeah. Tom Lees.
90th minute winner.
Oh, that'd be brilliant, but you can't be an injury time winner, of course, right at the end.
No.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I hope we can get it done before then. But we still like winning in dramatic style. We always have done. Now, I mean, I'm going to be cautious this week, and I'm actually going to agree with you. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Town win. I think that we will just edge this. I don't think it will be as late as you're saying, but I think that we will. I'm probably going to go that we'll score in the first half, and I'm going to go with Jack Radone to get a goal.
The thing with Jack Radone, right, he's got that tallness where he's 6 foot and he can head a goal, score goals with his head. You know, from set pieces, I think that's another strength that's going to make us stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to. If we can get the set pieces right this time, it'll be fantastic, of course. And yeah, we do need to make use of those set pieces because we were very poor last week, really, in kind of in throughout the game. But I suppose we've never really started off very well in opening day games anyway, have we? So.
Yeah.
One of those. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm going 1-0 to us, and you're going 1-0. We've got different goal scorers and we've got different on the goals, but we are in agreement there with obviously everything. Hello, Mike. Hello, welcome on in. Thank you for coming in to tune in.
I think we're in the thing with Birmingham as well. I think, they haven't got the midfielders to play that free-flowing, attacking, passing football. I think they play a long ball. And I think they play 2 up top, I think, as well. And, with Deeney, he can hold the ball up. You know, that's why I think he's a threat. You know, by his hold up, build up play. But I hope Tom Lees comes through and gets ball off him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Tom Lees always seems to be in the right place at the right time. I mean,
that first half tackle last week against Burnley, what a last ditch tackle that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's have a look at you going to the game, Ryan. I am, Mike. Yes, I will be travelling over tomorrow night. So
I can't, unfortunately.
The ticket prices, by the way, big up Birmingham. Very good ticket price. I really appreciate keeping the cost down very low there.
It's on iFollow, isn't it, as well tomorrow?
It is, yeah, but yeah, it will be good.
I'll be watching it on that.
Away days are officially back tomorrow. I can't wait. You're not getting past John Ruddy. Ollie says, yeah, like I say, we mentioned John Ruddy actually. I think he's a very good keeper and a very, very good one, man. I think that we're going to have to, obviously, we're going to have a very good goal to actually get past your keeper. So, yeah, I understand why
you could say same to them about Lee Nicholls.
Yeah, you could say that about Lee Nicholls as well. Yeah, Lee Nicholls, obviously, look at him.
Best goalkeeper in the Championship last season.
You'll do very well to get past Nicholls too. Then, in that regard, away days were back for me last season. Away days were back. Well, yes, of course they were officially, but I mean, obviously, this season they were. But obviously, it always seems to be a long break since. I mean, hello, Matthew. Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed your afternoon at the Commonwealth Games, the diving events.
Yeah, I watched it on TV. It's been really good today.
Very jealous of you to go there, for sure. But yeah, welcome on in. Thank you for coming in as always. Now, I'm just going to have a look at Birmingham's setup and how they set up last week. Now, also they went with a 3-4-1-2 last week. Our friend Janino Bacuna.
Wow.
I'm not a starter, and I mean another player.
Don't get me started on him. Oh, he's just another Holmes.
I mean another player that we haven't mentioned actually is Scott Hogan. Scott Hogan obviously did start the game.
Yeah, he's another good. He's actually a really clinical striker.
Yeah, so one of those that will be very much a threat as well. Bacuna, inconsistent for us as we know. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really sad to see him go. When he did leave us.
He only scored goals, didn't he, Bacuna? He only hit him from far out and going.
I think he had so much potential, but his attitude just let him down. He's just a wasted footballer. His attitude just lets him down so much.
Yeah. He's not like the Akabi, though, is he?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
But on his day, the thing with Bacuna is, on his day, he can be really good. It's just if he believes in himself.
I just think his attitude, his work rate, is just not with it at all.
I mean, Gerrard at Rangers, when Bacuna were there, Gerrard didn't like him one bit. That's why he sold him.
Yeah, like I say, some managers won't like the way he is, unfortunately. So, yeah. Ruddy is more experienced. I agree with you there. But I still think Nicholls is still a top quality keeper, obviously the best in the Championship last season. So, yeah, both keepers are very solid, and we've kind of figured out that obviously no keeper will gift a goal tomorrow night. So that's kind of what we're kind of saying. Sorry, mate, forgot you was live. No worries. I did see you calling me, but I couldn't answer because I am online. Ticket is booked. Mate, very good. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow then, mate. Yeah, be good to finally meet you eventually. But yeah, see you tomorrow, mate. 2-0 Town. Ooh, Jordan bold, Warden Tino on the score sheet. Very nice. But I'll settle for that. I really settle for that. So yeah, that would be lovely. Now, do stay with me. We are gonna do a little break, and we'll be back with a bulletin of the club's activity because we have got a few things to discuss. But yeah, stay tuned, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. And we are back. We're back. Yeah, I kind of do that, just kind of break up a bit. I know that obviously speaking, for a long period of time can, so just break it up a bit. Mate, honestly, I'm very confident about tomorrow. Very nice to have confidence, but I hate getting overconfident because when I do, it just crashes straight back down on me. So I am just staying very level-headed and just seeing what happens. But yeah, we are going to talk about, and we need to take this off. I did forget. Right, we don't need that anyway now. So yeah, obviously the club's activity, which we've been quite busy in terms of things happening at the moment. Now, obviously, we have now got an assistant coach. Welcome, Paul Harsley, to the club. Now, obviously, Harsley joins the coaching team alongside obviously Danny and Narcissus. Now, apparently, I kind of heard Danny speak in his press conference that they've obviously crossed paths with each other, these two, in youth football. So no surprise that he's kind of got him in there. Obviously, he's 44. He actually joins from Birmingham as well. Obviously, he was at the coaching
That's
centre.
going to be with the Birmingham first team for pre-season as well. So he's going to know how they play, isn't he?
Yeah, he was asked about that. Well, and he was kind of, yeah, let's hope it works in our advantage. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, he's got over a decade of coaching experience as well to the club. So how vital do you think this appointment is? Because I think it will help Danny because he is relatively inexperienced in the managerial role, isn't he? So how happy are you to see Paul come through the door?
Well, I've messaged a few Birmingham fans, and he was at Barnsley's youth. So I've messaged a few of them, and the insight is he's passionate. He likes really attacking style of play, and he likes to give young players first team experience chance. But I think nearly a decade of experience is really good.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's very, very
When it got announced, I have to do my own. I did my own research.
Yeah, you always when someone comes through the door, you always
I looked up his stats and some of his research, and he's really good. He was in Man City, didn't he?
Yeah,
well.
like I said, he will have that experience. I think it's important to have an assistant coach as well. So it is one of those, isn't it? Jack Redoni with an assist. Yeah, I can't back against that for sure. He definitely looked dangerous when he came on last week. And obviously a familiar face around the club. Obviously he was in around the club for quite a while now, and obviously he did play for us. Now, Michael Heffley obviously becoming the defensive coach. I mean, how happy are you to see him get this promotion? Because I think that, what he did for us, obviously, when we went up, and, I think he's been a great servant for us. And, yeah, I think he'll add that experience that we need. And it'll help defensively, won't it? Don't you agree?
If there's one person at the club who you want to come in and work with the young players as a defensive coach, it's him. Because he was one heck of a defender. Yeah, not the quickest, but I'm really happy with it. And I think he's been working with Boovy and the last year and a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really delighted with it. I'm buzzing.
I mean, it will certainly be interesting to see how he gets on. I think it will really help, that obviously, the players will already know him as well. So that's a big advantage. And yeah, I think it's a good appointment. It'll be interesting to see how he kind of gets on as the time goes on. But yeah, obviously, can you see? You're very busy, aren't you? With that.
Yeah, my mate's singing me, and I told him I was on a stream, so I'm not going to answer it.
Right. I mean, Michael Heffley, do you think he's manager material in the future potentially? I mean, I know obviously he's only just got the promotion, but people are kind of thinking, imagine if Heffley becomes the manager.
Can you imagine if no one's performing well on the pitch? Can you imagine what it'd be like? It'd be right up in the face.
I know it would be certainly interesting. But
yeah, could you imagine Hoggy and Effler as number 1 and 2 in future?
I mean, I think he has actually done his coaching badges, hasn't he, though, I think. But I don't know.
I think he's been working with Bouvier over the last year, but I think he's been going down and watching training sessions. Because I know he's been speaking. I read somewhere where he's been working with Worthington this last 12 months.
Yeah, he's always been around the academy, even though he hasn't had an official role.
Is he part of the B team coaching staff or Danny Schofield's coaching staff?
Well, what they said today in the press conference was that he was just coming in as, I think he was doing kind of both. I don't really know though, because he didn't actually state in the press conference today whether he was doing B team or he was doing the first team, but I presume it was.
Can you imagine in the future if his manager and Holmes didn't play well? Can you imagine? Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but I mean, that's kind of obviously the bulletin things kind of done with. Unless you've got anything else to report on that, anything that you want to mention.
Just that I think Heffeler's gonna. I think he's gonna do really good. I think he'll make our defence better. Because I think he knows a lot of defensive stuff, won't he? From playing and that. And I believe he did a bit of coaching stuff at Forest as well. What I read earlier. I wonder if he told Diakabi how to dribble. He could have told him that, couldn't
I? Oh, I can't go. But yeah, it is one of those. It's I think that it is good to, like I said, get an assistant in and obviously make an improvement with obviously bringing someone in that can help defensively as well. Even though we are defensively very good, I think it's always still very good to improve and get someone in that can do that. But yeah, it is one of those. So yeah, I think that's kind of covered everything, to be honest with you. Obviously, it's been great to come on and obviously speak to you, Tom.
No, thanks for having me on again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. So yeah, we do head to St Andrews tomorrow night.
Let's see a response performance. And please, if you're watching, Danny, do not start Dwayne Holmes or Koroma, but especially Holmes, please.
Absolutely not. I mean, it is one of those. It just has to, you just have to be a bit brave with your decisions. And I think
now that I've said that, Holmes will probably go score the winner, won't he? Now I've said that.
Gosh. Well, we were talking about Dwayne Holmes' hat-trick last week. Obviously, someone was kind of saying if Dwayne Holmes gets a hat-trick, then they would do so-and-so. And I was thinking, yeah, that is not going to happen. So
you can imagine, though, if Holmes scored the winner, but like, really, is this happening?
I know. I will not be counting my breath on that one at all. So
it's like when he gets the ball now, I'm like, yep, he's going to lose it here.
But yeah, let's hope we have a better performance tomorrow night. Let's hope.
Yeah, let's get the 3 points.
And let's forget about last week's disaster. Maybe I'm being dramatic with that word, but it just felt so poor. I'm not going to keep going. So yeah, if you do like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe.
It doesn't cost to subscribe. You just press a button and you subscribe.
It doesn't cost. Exactly, and it's just down here. Yes, it is one of those. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but potentially doing a vlog tomorrow night. I am not sure though, guys. I'm not promising anything, but potentially a vlog tomorrow night. Even if it isn't a vlog, it may just be a bit of footage and also a few town fans' opinions before the game or something like that. So yeah.
Oh, I was going to speak to you about that. Do you know on Tuesday after the game, because are we at home to Preston, aren't we?
Yeah, we are at home in the
If you want to do a fan cam, I'll come on and do a fan cam with you if you want.
Will you be going to the game and do you want to do it in person?
Yeah, I've already got my ticket.
Right, okay, so we can potentially do that then, yeah, that sounds like thank you for that. But yeah, guys, have a great rest of the evening. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. But cheers, Tom, for coming on, and thank you, everybody, for coming into the chat. Goodbye, good night, and I'll speak to you all soon.